Hello everyone, welcome back to my gaming review. Today I want to talk about the worst possible thing that could happen to your game console. And it happens to many people, it happens to people every day, and that is the laser going bad. Basically what happens to old video game consoles or consoles that are being used for disc games, for physical content, usually the laser wears out and breaks in a few and maybe 5 or maybe even 10 years in the future. Um, but many Sega Dreamcasts, PS3s, PS2s, Xboxes, and PS4s have also had this issue where the laser has gone out, where people have used their physical content on their game console. And obviously, when you play physical games, you have to put a disc in. So what happens is the laser starts to wear out as you play your console, maybe 5 or 4 years. Your laser starts to get old. It starts to break down until eventually you can no longer play your disc games or physical games. Now it's not that big of an issue on the Xbox One and Xbox Series as well as the PS4 because you can just play digital games. But sadly, for old systems like the Sega Dreamcast, PS2, the PS1, the original Xbox console, and other consoles in the past like the GameCube and stuff, you can no longer play those consoles because your your laser's out. Well, on PS2 you can actually use games through a USB, so PS2 it's not really that big of a deal, but it's still something that happens, and this is one of the biggest issues that game consoles have is with the laser actually breaking over time. Everybody plays physical games. Everyone has a collection of games that they like to play, and people constantly swap out their discs and buy new games, put in their game console. Sadly, this is something that everyone will experience, and sadly, there really isn't a way to prevent this. You can buy a new laser and a new drive for your game console, which it does fix the issue. However, you need to know how to do it. You need to know how to actually repair your laser and how to actually fix the issue, which obviously takes some time and takes patience to do, and you have to take apart your entire game console just to fix the laser. Well, not the entire game console, but you do have to unscrew everything, and you have to actually open it up, which can also lead to further damage if you do not know what you're doing. So this is one of the biggest issues that game consoles have had. You know, does not matter. It does not matter what disc-based console it is. All these disc-based game consoles will have this issue and will be affected over time. Um, a PS2 I bought, my fat PS2, that I got from eBay a little while ago. I think it was like 2 years ago when I got it, but I got it for $20 because it had a broken disk drive. Now, obviously, on the PS2, you can actually use a USB to actually play games, so I'm perfectly okay with it. But it is still an issue. If you look online, or um, if you look at online and all that, people have talked about their game console um, having a laser issue and the console no longer playing disc games, and because the laser was broken. Um, it's a very sucky thing that happens. I'm not really sure if it will ever go away. I mean, even the PS5 and Xbox Series will have these issues, 10 years in the future, when people have used their, physical PS5 and their Xbox Series X. Again, those game consoles will still have the issue of the laser dying out. Obviously, you can play digital games on those consoles, so again, it's not really that big of an issue. But this is a huge issue if you're somebody who likes to play physical content and physical games, and many people have experienced this. It's one of the suckiest things to ever happen to somebody who plays video games. Is you turn on your system, you put your disc in, and nothing happens because you have a broken laser. Now, obviously, there was ways to fix your laser, there was ways to repair your game console, But who wants to really do that? I mean, most people will just buy a new. Most people will just buy a new system just so they can play the physical games, and then it just happens again. But anyway, I just want to talk about the biggest issue in gaming, the biggest issue with disc-based consoles, and the lasers going out. It's something that will always happen. It's something that you cannot prevent. Your game console will indeed have a laser issue in the future, especially if you use disc games constantly, especially if you are constantly swapping out discs in and out of your game console. Your laser will break one day. Sadly, it will happen. But anyway, I just want to talk about the biggest issue with disc-based game consoles. Issues that I've had, issues that many people have had. It is a sad issue that we can't really prevent, sadly. But anyway, hope everyone has a nice day or night. Hope you like the video and subscribe, and peace.